Now on 82 days of semen retention, and I just understand everything that I need to do. And I have this surety in my mind of, that my future is going to turn out the way that I'm thinking in my mind. Like, there's zero doubt in my mind that my future is very close to me, closer than I think. And you have the capability to just manifest quicker. Because the universe just starts to tell you, what you're supposed to be doing, what you're supposed to be learning, what your actual purpose is in this world. It's deeper than the woman attraction and things like that. You are elevating your vibration, so the universe is going to correspond, accordingly. And this isn't woo-woo, stuff. It's not magic. Manifestation is very real. And I've known about manifestation for a very long time. Probably like since I was 18 years old. I first heard about it from rest in peace, XXXTentacion. If you know, he's an artist who blew up around, I think it was around 2017. Yeah, 2017, 2016, 2017. And he was just a massive artist, but he would talk about manifestation and, the keys of the universe and all this stuff. And I knew that manifestation was real. I didn't know how to obtain it. I didn't know how to apply it to my own life. I tried to figure it out along the years, but I never really could understand it. And then I've recently just been looking deeper and deeper into everything. That's the thing too, like, you'll start to just want to learn more of how to get better. All you want to do is get better once you start this journey. Because your vibration will be higher, and you're going to be able to deal with a 9-to-5 job less and less and less. People in general, it's very hard to deal with them when you're on this journey. Very extremely difficult. Like, when I'm at work, at this point in the game, I'm pretty much zoned out at all times. I'm in my mind, in the future part of me, which is already me. I'm always just in my mind thinking about how to get better. And if I have my headphones on, I'm, listening to music, just fired up, amped up about life, or I'm trying to learn about quantum mechanics. Quantum mechanics? What do you mean quantum? You need to go to school for that, No, you don't. Number one, you don't need school to learn. You can learn without school. You can read the same textbooks, the same sort of curriculums that they produce in school, in colleges, and just learn it on your own. Of course, it's going to be easier if you have a teacher who can guide you, but you can learn it on your own. So I've been trying to get deeper into quantum mechanics. Why, you may say? Because that explains, manifestation in the highest form. Science is only the explanation of just like the unknown supernatural phenomena. So I'm trying to get much, much deeper into that, right? Because if I really have a fond comprehension of how quantum mechanics work and how to attract photons, neutrons, and all of that, everything is just light. It's all just light energy transferring information. There's no actual material world. Everything is always in motion. So if you learn how to attract that to you, you can manipulate the universe to your liking, to your doing. You can do anything. If you put your mind, your mind and your conscious is the most powerful thing that you have. So if you get a fine comprehension of that, then you can do anything. you can obtain anything. Anything that is worldly, that is in the material realm, you can obtain just by using the power of your mind, right? And of course, you're going to have to apply the applicable action, but your body just, what I've been noticing is, number one, you have to just become. You have to become the sort of person who is capable of making some sort of money, or, being a rock star, or whatever it is. You have to become that person. And how do you become that person? You just act like that person. How do you act like that person? Just by doing the things that that person would do on a daily basis, no matter what. And don't let anything throw you off your course. Just ignore the reality that you're in. And that is the hardest part, because we're conditioned with so many things in our mind, and from, very young, from fucking childhood, you are preconditioned to think a certain way, to think that these things aren't possible, because most people don't unlock that capability, and most people will doubt that it exists because they are manifesting their life, right? But in the wrong ways. Everybody's always manifesting, technically, but they manifest a life of absolute fucking misery. And they don't understand this. They don't understand this. And that keeps them in a cycle of misery. Because it's because of what they think about is a reflection. Their reality is only a reflection of what they think about. So if they don't like their reality, it's because of them. And that's like the first step of understanding, how to break out of that. And then you need to just become the person. This was kind of the missing key of, how I was trying to manifest and how I was trying to obtain the things that I wanted to obtain. This was the missing key. Just becoming the person, no matter what. Just, thinking about that reality constantly, and then becoming that. Do the things that that person would do. So that person, studies quantum mechanics. That person is a YouTuber. That person makes money from the internet. That person, just doesn't care about money at all. Because money just flows to them. Money just comes ample. So they don't care. I don't stress about anything, because I know the guaranteed reality that is on the way. And then the funny thing is, especially on simmer attention, your body will just kind of go into this autopilot mode where your body does what it's supposed to do. Your conscious already told you what you have to do, and now your body's just automatically kind of proceeding. Sometimes you have to fight against like your old self, but the further that you push along, the more normal it becomes. So then the closer you get to becoming that person. Making these YouTube videos for me, it's very natural now. It's very part of my routine. Like, I really enjoy it and all that stuff, but it's part of my routine now. In the beginning stages, it might have been, hard to fire up the camera and even have a smidgen of belief of just like anyone would even watch this shit. But people do get some sort of value out of it, and I enjoy it. And I know this will get me to my next destination, that next version of myself. This is what that next version of myself does. So now my body is on autopilot, and now I'm just in the process of doing until I get there. And then once you get to that stage, then you try to evolve again. But you have to just fully focus on this. Like, you cannot be on social media and make this work. You can't. Like, educational YouTube videos and maybe a couple YouTube videos on your break or at work or whatever throughout your day, I think is okay, That's fine. But entertainment and just being distracted just to be distracted is not good. You need your mind to be bored. So then you could actually think. You could actually ponder on the ideas that you want to endeavor on. And really give your life this all. You only get one of these lives, so why would you not want to try to just maximize everything that you can? Everything is within your power. And I know this, manifestation thing is extremely real because number one, I did it so many times throughout my life without even knowing it. I wanted to speak better because I had a lisp and, I still kind of do certain words, but I couldn't really speak. I was real shy and wouldn't speak up because it was very hard for me to iterate what I wanted to say. And then people wouldn't understand me and it would shut me down and make me real shy. But I made it my mission in order to just push past that. And how do I do that? I just acted like the person that could already. And then eventually, I just became that person. Looking back at it, I don't even remember being the other person. I just became a new person. Same thing with, I used to be fat. I used to be a fat kid. And then I had enough. And I saw myself, all the time just being ripped. What would it be like to be ripped? And then I would be so obsessive with it. Look up YouTube videos of, how does it feel to be ripped? Imagining it every night and then force my body to put it into action. And then, yet again, a decade later, I have maybe my dream physique. So it's really just, once you understand that, now you can do it a lot quicker since you understand what you're doing. But you have to hyper-focus on that. Hyper-focus on becoming that version of you that you want to become. And stop doing the actions that don't serve that person. Does that person goon? Does that person watch the hub? Be real. No. If you want to be this Batman archetype type of person, you think Batman jerks off before he saves the city? Are you fucking kidding me? You think Batman, gets off his diet just because he's having a bad day? No. So why would you? If you want to be more like that, if you want to be more like the identity that doesn't do that, then just stop. You need to just start now and hyper focus on all that. And then it will just all come into fruition. I promise you it will. But you have to hyper focus on it. It has to be all that you think about. Day in and day out. Even when you're in reality, in your mind, you can't really even be there. You have to be over there. So then you could get there much quicker. And then that becomes your new material reality. And I will show you guys along this journey that, I'm not bullshitting. Everything I think about in my head will come into fruition. It will take time, of course, but only so much time. I'll just keep on putting in the action and the manifestations, and everything will come into fruition the way it should. Because I'm becoming. And every day I'm becoming more and more and more like this person, Around other people now, I don't care anymore. I used to cater to so many people, but I don't care. If somebody's real cool and nice, man, I'll be real cool and nice back. I'll be the friendliest motherfucker ever. But if you're just a jerk off, I'm not going to associate with you. I'm going to tell you what it is. You're a jerk off. Now, I ain't talking to you, bro. On similar tension, you just demand respect. And people almost understand that boundary naturally. But also, a lot more people just want to talk to you in general. They sense your energy. They feel it. They feel your energy. And they just want to talk to you about, anything. And sometimes you just gotta say, hey, listen, I'm listening to music right now, or, I'm trying to work right now. And then get right back to it. Don't care. A lot of these people anyways are just NPCs. You gotta think about it like that. So, but yeah, man, I'm manifesting and unfolding my reality day by day. That's all I could think about. So it's all that's on my mind 24/7. I'm only getting better and better, just fully, like, I don't use social media anymore. Obviously, don't watch the hub, don't jerk off, haven't in 82 days. So I don't do that anymore. Obviously, don't partake in, sex or anything like that. Just no distractions other than putting in the work, getting closer to my reality, doing the things that he would do because he is me and I is me, So that's really it for this video. I hope this helps. I could go, more in depth in manifestation and all that in later videos if you guys want. Comment if you want to see more videos, touching a little bit on those topics, because that really, like, fires me up. But I'm here to just, show you guys that as long as you believe in yourself and you actually are accountable and you put in the action and put in the effort and try to change and transform, then everything will come into fruition. Everything you ever wanted will come to you. Well, it will come running at you. So just, if you haven't tried, going on this journey yet, just try and give it a shot. Just see what happens. Like, it can't hurt. So that's it for this one. I love you guys like always. Peace out.